Hey everybody, Jack Kopansky with Pit and Quarry and Portable Plants here. Today I am in Elma, New York at Baschmann Services. I am joined by Zach Manz, President of Contractor Sales and Baschmann Services. Zach, appreciate you making some time for me today.
Yeah, absolutely glad to be here. It's a beautiful day out here in Elma, New York, and very glad to have everybody here for our open day.
Yes, sir. Excited to be here. Obviously an exciting event. Got a lot of people out to, kind of see what Baschmann and Anaconda have going on. Got the I-14R on display with the demo, the I-12R behind us. With Anaconda, sort of wanting to get the I-14R, showing it off, latest crusher in their line. What does it mean to Baschmann to be able to be the place where they're showing it off, have everybody come here, see what you guys are able to offer, and also learn a little bit more about the partnership you guys have?
Sure, yeah. So we go back well over a decade with Anaconda, and we're fortunate that the facility we have here in Elma, New York really allows us to bring in dealers, customers, and some of our industry partners to be able to view and see these units in operation. Now, obviously, the I-14 is a new unit for Anaconda, and we've had a long-standing relationship, so we generally like to help promote and also have a little bit of inside intelligence to help develop the product. So it's nice to be able to have the first one here in the States, so we can show it off here and actually make a little material with it. So
yeah.
Overall, again, our relationship just has continued to grow, as has the line with Anaconda. We're extremely proud to be able to participate in these events with Anaconda and host it here in Elma.
Yeah. You talk about that relationship. It's been a little over a decade. I know dating back to 2012 when Baschmann sort of became the, flagship U.S. dealer for Anaconda, if you will, the first in the country. What has that relationship been like? What have you experienced, and what's kind of gotten it to where it is today?
Sure. Yeah. The first two words that come to mind here are growth and relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Starting off, obviously, Anaconda is proceeded from where they were as a manufacturer for some other brands to having their own brand and branding at Anaconda here in the United States. They've continued to grow. They've grown their product line, they've grown the number of units, they've grown their team, and now joining forces with McClanahan several years ago, they've really grown that to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
And in terms of the product and the relationship, we've been able to work together to continue to develop their team and what we need on our end and being a voice for the dealers as the relationship continues to grow. The biggest thing, as we all know, is product support and being able to really make sure those units are stood behind. So we've worked hand in hand with Anaconda throughout the years just to really help everyone understand what our needs are, but also being a really good partner to understand that it's part of the growth phase, and we're going to get to the finish line, and then you're going to create another finish line to continue to work towards.
100%.
So it's like I said, it's growth in its relationship, and to be at the point we are today with our relationship with Anaconda and McClanahan, I think is a testament to the hard work of a lot of those before me that really made this happen, and Alastair and the team at Anaconda and Sean and the team at McClanahan to get us to where we are today. And obviously the I-14R here is a perfect representation of that growth and growing from some of the smaller screening units they've had now to really being a leader in crushing and screening.
I'm joined by Alastair Forsyth, Group President of Anaconda. Alastair, thanks for making some time for me today.
Pleasure, Jack. Thank you very much, buddy.
So obviously, an exciting day. You got the I-14 operating over to our right. We got the I-12R behind us. You got some screens over here to the left. Just sort of talk about the significance of having this open day. I know I was talking with some folks from Anaconda. You guys were over in the UK recently doing something similar. Just talk about, the significance of this event, wanting to put the I-14 and some other pieces of equipment on display.
Yeah, no, absolutely, Jack. So I think we're trying to look at how we can just be a value-added supplier for a lot of our dealers. A lot of how they can help their customer base get more knowledge about the product that's out there as well. So we've been in the market since 2009 now. We got a little over 1,000 machines in North America, about 3,000 worldwide. So where we're starting to move our company now is not just hitting the shows, the con expos and everything else. We're now starting to look at open days geographically worldwide, anywhere we can, and we try to move it around the dealers each time. So we thought it would make sense, our first one in North America, to have it here with Baschmann Services, our longest standing dealer in North America. Baschmann's been with us since November 2012.
Yeah.
They're coming up on close to 100 machines in New York State alone. They've been one of our pioneers in a lot of our R&D with crushers. Until 2019, we were a screening conveyor company. We were acquired by the McClanahan Corporation back in 2019, and we just started to move into crushers. Part of that conversation piece with McClanahan was about looking for quality branded crushers. This industry's marred by a lot of Jiangwing and Hujin equipment coming out of China at the minute.
Sure.
So for us, we knew when we wanted to get into crushing, we needed to look at a quality component, quality chamber in there that's got history and pedigree. McClanahan owns Universal Crushers, a 150-year-old company with huge legacy in North America, 7,000 impactors, 1,500 jaw chambers. That brings huge credibility to us launching the crushers,
Right.
and that's allowed us to put 50, 60 crushers into the country in the last few years, and it's allowed us to bear multiple products, so we now have our contractor size jaw, 2844 jaw. We have our contractor size impactor, the 4345 open and close behind us. We have our 250 horsepower contractor size open and close cone. And the most recent addition to the brand now is we have our primary 4751 14x6 closed circuit impactor as well, open or closed capability, and that's a true 300 ton per hour impact crusher with the largest screen in the industry, because that's 14-foot top and 14-foot bottom.
Yeah.
How we differentiate ourselves with a lot of our machines is generic top and bottom decks. Most of the industry is all about parallelogramming the screen, so it's a smaller bottom deck, larger top deck. Whether it's a returning screen or a scalping screen, we go equal size top, equal size bottom, because your top deck's a relief deck, your bottom deck creates your money.
Sure.
Money products. So everything for us is about maximizing that throughput whilst keeping as much simplification as we can. Baschmann bought into that philosophy back in 2012 and have continued to. They had a multitude of different brands over the years, and we've been one of their most successful. As I said, with nearly 100 machines in state.
Yeah.
And we hope to carry on from that. And over the next coming years, we hope to continue to evolve these open days into other dealers and other opportunities.